ibadah, whether it's related to social interactions, whether it's related to our business dealings, whether it's related to war, whether it's related to politics, everything, the guidance is in the Qur'an Kareem. So therefore Allah mentions in another verse of the Qur'an Kareem, Allahu Akbar, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنِ. Why do you not ponder upon the Qur'an Kareem? Ponder, reflect. Reflect means what? It's not just about recitation, the meanings. What is Allah saying? What is the message? What is the guidance given here? That is important to gain hidayah. Because there's no Nabi to come after Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's no new Sharia, no more books. Therefore, Qur'an Kareem is the last and final book. Two things we need to hold on to tightly: Quran and the Sunnah. If you hold on to the Quran and the Sunnah, holding does not mean touching it. It's teachings, the message, and that will be a source of guidance in everything we do. That's why when the fuqaha, the faqihs, the jurists sit down to get any masla, to derive a masla, right? Where is this established? First they look at the Qur'an Kareem. They study all the verses. What can we derive from this verse? What can we derive from this verse? What can we derive from this verse? If they do not find anything, then they'll go towards the hadith. Because the hadith is also the tashrih and the commentary of the Qur'an Kareem. Not everything you will find everything in the Qur'an Kareem. For example, namaz, salah. What does Allah mention regarding salah? Is the whole method mentioned in the Qur'an Kareem from the moment you start by niyat, takbir tahrima, then going to ruku, what to recite there, what to recite there. Is that mentioned in the Qur'an? No, it's not. All Allah says in the Qur'an Kareem, aqimus salah, namaz qaim karo, establish salah. That's it. Few other places Allah mentions, warka'u ma'al raki'in. Do ruku with those who are doing ruku, referring to salah with jamaat. Do ruku with those who are doing ruku. Warka'u ma'al, referring to salah with jamaat, with congregation. That's all it is. When to start the intention, what to recite, where should your hands be, where should your hands be folded, that's not mentioned in the Qur'an Kareem. The tafseer of salah, how it should be performed, is in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why when Sahabi came and he was unaware of salah, he performed salah very quickly. Very quickly. Prophet noticed he was praying salah. Prophet said, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli. Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli. Sorry, my mistake, sorry. Salli farji' fa innaka lam tusalli. That's what it is. Salli farji' fa innaka lam tusalli. Perform the salah, go back. You have not performed salah properly. So he started the namaz again. Prophet said, Irji' fa salli fa innaka lam tusalli. Go back again. You haven't done it properly. Third time again, you haven't done it properly. And that person came with Ya Rasulullah, I'm unaware of how to perform salah. Please, can you teach me, inshallah? Then Prophet said, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli. Okay, you perform salah the way you see me perform salah. And the Prophet, right from the beginning, showed him practically where the hand should be done, where should be folded, everything was done. That's where practical salah comes in. When we teach our children, this is how it is. Because that is more easy to understand and it stay in your heart and your mind all the time. That's why practical is a very important part of ta'aleem of our children. One is verbal, one is practical. Used to always have in madrasa every Saturday is practicals. Only a few children used to come at that time, unfortunately. But that is the most important thing, because that is amal of what we are learning. We learn how to read the Quran, but now practical, that is the actual tafseer of that. Very, very important. And we should sit at home as well with our children. Just tell them, how do you perform salah? How to perform salah? Or perform salah. Don't say anything, just see how they're doing it. Then you notice all the mistakes, and then slowly, okay, now look at me how I do it. That's all you need to say. This one, very good, we haven't learned it properly. Don't do that. It doesn't work that way anymore. It shouldn't work that way anyway. They get scared, then they get frightened. You don't want to frighten them. You want to instill the love of salah in their heart. Love of Allah in the heart. Love of deen in the heart. Then automatically they want to do it. If performing salah is always, you painting in such a picture, in such a format like a azab, you always paint a picture of salah as like azab, punishment. Don't make recitation of Qur'an as a punishment, ibadat as a punishment. Then the whole life they regard it as a punishment. As soon as they get older, they get independent, I can do it. Then they won't read anything. So this is very, very important. And that's why Prophet ﷺ, with his precious teaching, with hikmah and wisdom, showed practically how to perform salah. Allah give us a tawfiq. Remember, the children that we have is amana and trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And ta'aleem and tarbiyat is our responsibility. Masjid and madrasas, what they are doing, subhanAllah, that they're providing a service, they are doing a farz-e kifaya. They're actually helping us, assisting us. If there was no masjid and no madrasa in any location, even then it would be farz upon the parents to teach their children. It will be farz upon the parents to teach them. They say, oh, we have no masjid madrasa, so we are not accountable. You are accountable. You are accountable. Masjid and madrasa are facilitating and actually providing the service, and they're helping and they're assisting. Because they got the fikr for deen, for not only themselves and their own children, but the fikr of the children for the whole of the ummah. That is their ihsan upon us. Yani my children, that is a favor of that masjid, that is a favor of that masjid, a favor of that idara, that institute. Their favor upon us, not because I'm sending my children there, I'm doing them a favor, I'm giving £30 or £25 fees, I'm doing that. Nay. If we have that mentality, our children's tarbiyat will never happen. We will be depriving themselves. Deen, we are muhtaj. We are muhtaj in deen. I am muhtaj. I am in need of this more than anything else. I am in need of the Qur'an. I am in need of this. So when the masajid and the madaris and the institutes are facilitating, it is their ihsan upon us. Otherwise, it is still our responsibility. No one. Very, very important fact. Must remember. Yes, every masjid, madrasa, so you have different ways of, teaching methodology is different. The ways of things is different. But actually, what is teaching at the end? Quran and Sunnah is being taught. Simple. Everything is the same what is being taught. It's the delivery. It's the delivery, and at the end of the day, when our children come home, what is our response? How do we do the tarbiyah? Because it could mean that they'll be there for 1 hour or 2 hours, but there's no environment at home. We are neglectful, we are lazy, we overlook everything. Then it will be all washed away. This ta'aleem is so precious because it comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, it needs to be looked after as well. If we neglect, it will go away. That's why Hafiz al-Quran, great fazilat and virtue become Hafiz al-Quran. But it's not compulsory. But once you become Hafiz al-Quran, now to safeguard that kalam in your heart, it is that individual's responsibility. Otherwise, you'll be gunagar. Thanks, Jazakallah khair, ahsan al-jaza to Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala, he established the proper tarawih of 20 rakats. If tarawih wasn't there, I think no hafiz, many people would not even look at the Quran to become hafiz. The hifz would not be protected. The hifz would not be protected. It's great ihsan upon the ummah of Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala. It's a great ihsan. Hazrat Ali radiyallahu ta'ala would stand by his grave and cry. Oh Umar, you enlighten the masajid with the recitation of the Qur'an. You enlighten the masajid because of the tarawih. Because before tarawih, everyone doing, individually, some there, some here, some here. He got everyone together in his zamana. And he was behind one imam. Read behind one imam. And he appointed Hazrat Ubay ibn Ka'b radiyallahu anhu as imam. Why? Because Prophet said regarding Ubay ibn Ka'b, وَأَقْرَأُهُمْ Ubay ibn Ka'b radiyallahu ta'ala. The qari of my ummah is Ubay ibn Ka'b radiyallahu ta'ala. He's the qari of the ummah. That's why one message came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, tell Ubay ibn Ka'b radiyallahu to recite the Quran. And then Prophet gave him the glad tidings there. Allah ta'ala wants to listen to your Quran. Allah took my name, yes, your name. He went into sit straight away. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Then he formed the congregation and he appointed 20 rakats. He appointed 20 rakats. People got objections to that as well. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Hazrat Umar, Prophet would say, لو كان بعد النبي لكان. If there was to be a Nabi after me, it would have been Hazrat Umar. Oh, the Bashar and Khush Khabri. Do you think he does not know the temperament of Prophet more than anyone else? He was more closer to the Prophet than me and you. Allah. And now we just want to just reject everything he brought. Hazrat Ali would praise him. You eliminated our masajid due to the recitation of the Qur'an. Otherwise, because so many Hufaz, whether we like it or not, they only open the Qur'an before Ramadan. And that is due to the barakah of the Tarawih. If that Tarawih was not there, Allah Jalla, so many Qur'an would be going out of the house. It's reality. It's reality. And then he hits us, then he comes to a time when now, okay, we'll start with 2 rakats. That's just about we're about to do. Because we've lost the Qur'an. So it's a great ihsan upon the ummah of Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala. Great ihsan upon the ummah. Allahu Akbar. So if we do not look after the ta'aleem, it will go. Because this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah doesn't give it to just any Tom, Dick and Harry. I mean, if He gives it to you, it's a big ni'mat. Because we don't regard it as a big ni'mat, that's why we are neglectful. We take it lightly. Those of you who have Qur'an in your heart, Hadith in your heart, you are Hafaz Ikram, you are Qurra, you are Ulama, it is the biggest ni'mat that can be given to anyone. Biggest ni'mat. If you be given the tawfiq to do the khidmat of deen, it's the biggest ni'mat. Biggest ni'mat. Appreciate it. So like I mentioned, the practical aspects are very, very important in ta'aleem. Very, very important. Allah give us a tawfiq. Anybody? So when our children come home, then it is our responsibility. There's no madrasa masjid, it doesn't matter, it is my responsibility. And if you can't do it, and you find it very, very weak, then go to such a location where there is masjid and madrasa there. How are you going to pray your namaz? If in a location there's no masjid, how are you going to pray your 5 times? How are your children to be acquainted? Of salah, of ibadat, of masjid, the house of Allah. And I'm going to tell you something else as well. Tuition and private tuition is fine on one aspect. TK, majburi, helplessness. But the environment of Islamic institutes, the environment and the mahal of the masjid, you can never get anywhere. And many times our children learn and pick up from the environment of the masjid. Because that environment of the house of Allah is the environment of pious people. It's the environment where angels descend. And angels descend. They come. Salah, Fajr Salah, Asr Salah. That is the time when the angels change the duty. What do? They come for Salah. They come for Salah. Inna Qur'an al-Fajri kana mashhuda. Allah mentions. The recitation of the Qur'an in Fajr Salah kana mashhuda. The angels are present there. The shift changes, so they go there, they want to listen. Why are we depriving our children of such an environment where angels are listening? Sometimes when people, their lives change, is because environment, the people that we are with. And because in the house of Allah, there is an environment not just of human beings, but also of angels as well. Nurani makhluk. And that makhluk is masoom makhluk. They don't even have sins. La ya'soon Allah ma amaru wa yaf'aluna ma yu'mar. So why deprive them? In Jummah as well. Jummah. What happens? The angels are by the doors, the entrances of the masjid. Open the register. The first one to enter for Jummah, they're writing the names. Second one to enter, they're writing the names. Third one to enter, they're writing the names. You know how the study sitting in the classes, student, first one to register done, he's here. They're sitting, they're standing in Jummah. That's why the fazilat of going early in Jummah is mentioned. ताकि हमारा नाम जो है दफ्तर में आ जाए, so our name is on the register. That's why we try our utmost out of all the days on a Friday to come a bit early. Yes, we got work, whatever. Aage piche karo. If it's majboor, you don't get a day of time off. That's a different matter altogether. But one Friday for Jummah, we should have it in our mind, in our heart. Okay, bhai, I've got to go early. Why? Because the angels are writing. Our register is done. So, really, bhai? Allahu Akbar. That's why he mentions that they stand and write in our names and wait until when? Subhanallah, when the Imam Sahib stands up for khutbah, when the Imam Sahib stands up for khutbah and about to start the khutbah, they close the register. It mentions in the hadith there, when they close the register, it mentions وَيَسْتَمِعُونَ الذِّكْرَ وَيَسْتَمِعُونَ الذِّكْرَ. Then they listen to the dhikr, meaning the khutbah. That also learn the khutbah is not just a bayan, it's a dhikr as well. It's dhikr as well. You know, we say khutbah should be in English. No, it's dhikr. Dhikr is in Arabic. You don't say Surah Fatiha, I don't understand Surah Fatiha, so please do it in English. No. That is also dhikr. Khutbah is also dhikr. It's not just nasihat and advice, it's dhikr as well. And he says that they listen to the dhikr, meaning those angels, now the register is closed. What does that mean? Anyone come after that, their name is not on the register for Jummah. Though your salah will be done, but you've deprived yourself of all the virtues and all that. If that happens every day, continuous in our Jummah, every week, and our name is not on the register, how deprived we are? How deprived? Majburi is a different matter. But the whole, what I'm trying to say here is the environment of the masjid. The Qur'an is a guidance and hidayah, and the best place to learn the Qur'an is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So even though I can listen to it on YouTube or watch it on YouTube and stay at home and relax, I know this is on, so listen to me very carefully. I'll say this only once. This is only for women. For home, staying and listening, women you stay. Men in the masjid. Men should be in the masjid. This is the place for men. Allah has given everyone different responsibilities. For the men, to go out and earn. Anytime you stay at home. Primary responsibility is for the men to go out and earn. The masjid, men. And I'm giving one dalil and proof for that as well. When the Sahaba busy in business, trade, shops, custom, coming, whatever, soon as they hear the azan, what they used to do? They leave everything. They leave everything and go towards the masjid. Allah Ta'ala was very happy with the amal of the Sahaba. They leave everything and go straight to the masjid. Allah revealed the verse, رِجَالٌ لَا تُلْهِهِمْ رِجَالٌ لَا تُلْهِهِمْ تِجَارَةٌ وَلَا بَيْءٌ عَنْ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَإِقَامِ الصَّلَاةِ وَإِيتَاءِ الزَّكَاةِ. Men for whom merchandise and business and trade does not neglect them from the remembrance of Allah. Allah did not use the word women. Allah used men, rijal. Yani main Kaam asal is the men that they go to the masjid for ibadat. Yes, for ta'aleem and everything else, women go, but main masjid, salah, ibadat, worship, men should. That is the more private. That's where you can get the true guide. That's where you know why. It's from Sina Basina. The knowledge of Qur'an and Hadith is coming from the chest to chest. That's how this knowledge came to us from the beloved, subhanAllah, chest, pure chest of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhanallah, transferred to the beautiful chest of the Sahaba and to the Tabi'een and to the Tabi'een. They never had no online and all this and all that from here. Sina Basina, full of barakah, full of blessings. You know, we say pure, that is pure. That is barakah. And so on and so on and so on, and it's come to us. So, best place, subhanAllah, to learn the teachings of the Quran is the masjid. The house of Allah, places where we worship Allah, because the environment is cohesive towards learning. Really, environment is cohesive towards learning, supportive towards learning, and it creates a love in the heart of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whichever house of Allah you go, it doesn't really matter. Any masjid, any ibadat khana, any worship. Asal is ikhlas, sincerity. Those are the practical aspects that we need to learn. And this has all been taught here in Dars al-Quran, in Dars al-Hadith, in Ta'aleem and Bayan. What is it? Lifestyle, how to live. How to live our lives. This is what Allah is saying here. Allahu Akbar. So Allah Ta'ala revealed the book to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, the Torah. The whole purpose, وَجَعَلْنَاهُ هُدًى لِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيلِ, and made it a guidance for the Banu Israel, instructing them, Allah tattakhidhu min duni wakila, do not take another besides me as a helper. Shirkli. You want to turn towards anyone to help? Come towards me. That's why first phase, when we need help from anyone in whatever we are doing, turn towards Allah first. Turn towards Khaliq first, Makhluk after. Khaliq first, Makhluk creation after. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. It is you that we worship, wa iyyaka nasta'in, and it is you that we seek help from. Meaning even our ibadat will not be able to carry out properly without the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without the help of Allah, otherwise our mind will go everywhere. Even in salah, even any ibadat we do. We need Allah's tawajjuh, Allah's attention, Allah's mercy to descend. So keep us focused in what we are doing. Alright? This is what Allah is saying here. I have about 5-6 verses, but we'll conclude on this inshallah for today. And we'll continue inshallah. Then Allah talks about the Banu Israel and the mischief that they'll be making in the dunya. Allah Akbar, and Allah Ta'ala talks about that as well. May Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq to understand the teachings of the Qur'an and put it into practice as well, and convey it first of all to our family members, to our children. That is the most important thing. There were times when the elders, first starting they ever get will be conveyed to the children. Today we don't even have time for ourselves, let alone give it to our children. This is something very, very important. So like I said about the tuition as well, fine, but keep them in the house of Allah. It's more cohesive. House of Allah. The environment plays a very, very important role. Our mashayikh, they were walis of Allah. Their knowledge was on another level. We are nothing. We are nothing. So you can just imagine what was their house environment. These mashayikh and the muzluks and the walis of Allah, you can just imagine their taqwa was a very high level. So their knowledge was a very high level. You can just from that, because we've never been to their homes, we can go there, you can find out now if this way is to live. Just think what the environment will be of their homes. Kya television ka environment hoga? Naach gaane ka environment hoga? Chilling and relaxing, feeling and their women at home will be reciting Qur'an daily, zikr daily, tilawat daily. Guna ka to tasawwur nahi, there's no even concept of gunas and sins. Parda, everything. And speaking eloquently, softly, respect. That was the environment of such homes. So basically you could even say their homes were like madrasa. But when it came for the ta'aleem of their children, they were sent to madrasa. Though their environment of homes are probably even better than the environment of madrasas nowadays. I'm not talking about the masjid, I'm talking about because it's so ruhani, because they were pious people. But still they sent them to the madrasas. Because of the environment, the love, and the ta'aleem, the traditional ta'aleem of sina ba sina, from chest to chest. May Allah give us the tawfiq to appreciate that. Let it not be that that goes away, and what do we have left? May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala give us the tawfiq wa akhir da'wana.